Welcome to the Blessed Children of God family. We are glad to have you. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you would like to join in on some conversations with thought-provoking topics, feel free to join us on Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We look forward to seeing you there. Continue to be blessed. For your likes, for your shares, for your positive and encouraging comments, for subscribing to this channel, and for your monetary donations to this channel. I just want to simply say thank you. I truly appreciate your support. May God continue to bless and keep you all. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving for those who celebrate. And I also hope you had a great weekend. Can y'all put ones in the chat if you can hear me? Before we go on. Looking for some ones in the chat. Okay, I see some ones. Thank y'all. Again, happy Monday. Welcome to the month of December. It seemed like just yesterday we were bringing in a new year, and here we are, the last month of the year. So let's see who we have so far in the chat. I see Abril was the first one in the chat. And then we have Vaughn. Let me tell you, she's gone from Blessed Elder Vaughn to Vaughn the Madam. Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do with Vaughn. All I can do is pray. First, she's a blessed elder, and now she wants to be a madam. We have Larry King. Shadow, be safe out there. Janice, I said what I said, and Coco. Welcome to everyone in the chat, and welcome to everyone who may be watching from the bushes. Thank you all for your support. So, today, I want to talk about forgiveness. So the question is, are you still struggling with unforgiveness? Are you still struggling with unforgiveness? Does anybody want to answer the question? And feel free to be honest. Vaughn is yelling, y'all. She's saying, hit the like button. If you don't want Vaughn yelling at you, please take a moment to hit the like button. Okay? Thank you. So Larry said he is not struggling with unforgiveness. That's great, Larry. Good for you. Vaughn wants everybody to hit the like button, no matter where you are watching from. She's yelling, y'all. Please do it. Anybody else want to answer the question? Are you still struggling with unforgiveness? Vaughn says she's not. I don't know if Blessed Elder Vaughn was struggling with unforgiveness, but Vaughn, the madam, says she's not. Okay? I said what I said, so she's not struggling to forgive anyone. This is good. Avril says, I definitely am. I've mastered the forgiveness part, but the forgetting and moving in the forgiveness as if I gave without the forgetting has had me in a chokehold, to be honest. Well, I don't know. Say have not. Wait a minute. Okay. So I don't know if I don't believe that forgiveness comes with amnesia. I think that if you think about it, if it still bothers you, I would say you may have not completely let it go, but you can't. I have forgiven people and I haven't forgotten what they did. What comment did I highlight? Vaughn? I did highlight your comment, Vaughn. What are you talking about? I highlighted your comments. This madam is being bossy. Um, so yeah, Abril, I don't think that it necessarily comes with amnesia. I think that if it continues to bother you, maybe you haven't. I think if it continues to bother you, maybe you haven't truly let it go. But that doesn't mean that you don't remember, because there are people that I have forgiven, but I haven't forgotten what they did. Um, I'm just mindful. A lot of things I know, like if somebody did something. Hello, Tasharia. How are you? Thank you for joining. I know that when people do things and you don't forgive them right away, you may forgive them later. But to me, I'm mindful that this person is capable of doing whatever they did, and so I don't. I try not to give them that ammunition, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Anybody else want to answer the question before I go on? Are you still struggling with unforgiveness? Thank you for being honest, Abril. Okay, so it looks like no one else wants to answer the question right now. Can one of my moderators put the question in the chat so I can pin it, please? So let's go on. Okay, so Brill says on this app, folks thinks once you forgive, you're supposed to treat them like friends again, and that be my issue. Once you forgive certain things, you will never have certain access to. That's my only struggle. Okay. Thanks. I said what I said. Let me pin that. Lord. Well, I hope you conquer that, Vaughn. I'm just gonna call you Vaughn because I'm not gonna be on here calling you madam. Okay. So I would say in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to this app, I'd say the some of the things on this app are minute in comparison to what goes on off of this app. And so I can't tell people what they should or shouldn't um, focus on, but I would suggest that focusing less on the things on this app can help you with your peace. But most people said that they don't struggle with unforgiveness. But I believe that forgiveness is one of the most difficult things to deal with. Sometimes it may be petty stuff, and to me, petty stuff really doesn't matter. But there are times when it can be something major. Like one of the hardest people for me to forgive was my cousin's estranged husband, who took her life, who unalived her on January 7th, 2024. And to add insult to injury, her mother, who was also my cousin, was she passed on January 19th, 2025. So almost a year to the date that her daughter was unalive, my cousin passed. While she had health issues, I believe that the stress of not just her daughter leaving this world, but the way she left, I believe that took a toll on my cousin's health. And she never got to see the perpetrator go to prison for what he did. I believe he pled guilty and went to court I think it was the next month. It was either February or March. Um, but he's in prison, and if he lives 18 more years, he'll be in prison. Yes, Abril. Um, I also know how difficult it can be to forgive someone who has physically harmed you. But holding on to unforgiveness is like swallowing poison and expecting the other person to perish. Absolutely where he belongs, Abril. Yeah, absolutely. So I was last thing I said was holding on to unforgiveness is like swallowing poison and expecting the other person to perish. Unforgiveness can not only affect your peace of mind, it can also cause physical health problems. Hey Joe, welcome to the live. Happy Monday. So, hey Mookie, happy Monday to you. Welcome. I hope you all had a great weekend and a happy holiday. So, let me go on. As I was saying about unforgiveness can not only affect your peace of mind, it can also cause physical health problems, which can also lead you to an early grave. When we hold on to unforgiveness, we are harming ourselves. So today's scripture verse. Hey, my daughter Shanice, how are you? Happy Monday. I hope all is well. So let me go on. I love you more, Shanice. Today's scripture verse comes from Matthew chapter 6, and it's verse 14 through 15. And this is the NIV version. Hey, Jamila. Happy Monday. How are you? I hope you had a great weekend and a great holiday. Thank you, Abril. Matthew 6, 14 through 15. It says, "For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins." So that's something to think about when it comes to forgiveness. If we want to be forgiven, we have to forgive. Yesterday's verse comes from Psalm 55:22. And this is the King James Version. It says, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved." That's great, Jamila. Glad you had a great Turkey Day. One of the best things we can do for ourselves is to learn how to forgive. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible. It's now December 1st, which means there are 31 days until the new year. Can you believe it? So Shanice says she still struggles with unforgiveness. It's that time of the year again when many of us start talking about what we plan to do in the new year. There's my son in law. Hey, Blaze. Happy Monday. How are you today? I hope you had a great weekend. So, Blaze says, good afternoon, mother in law, and everyone in the house. Hope everyone is feeling good and feeling great. Pray everyone overcame that turkey itis. Blessings all around. I know that's right. That itis is something else. Oh, see, you should have been here earlier, Blaze, because we no longer have Elder Vaughn. You got to look at the new name because I'm not going to call her that, but you have to look at her new name. You said you're struggling with forgiving her for the crunchy rice fiasco. I'm still disturbed by that. Lord, have mercy. Mm-mm-mm. What's wrong with your name? Well, you went from blessed Elder Vaughn. Okay. You went from that. So, anywho, it's that time of the year again when many of us start talking about what we plan to do in the new year. Lord, I'm going to let y'all carry on in the chat. As long as y'all being respectful, I'm going to leave it alone. So, anyway, from weight loss to eating healthy or eating healthier to some who are going to stop smoking, to some staying in touch with loved ones more often. We make all kinds of plans to do better. And I believe for the most part, we really mean it when we say it. But sometimes we miss the mark. Desharia says, happy Monday to everyone. Sometimes we miss the mark. I challenge anyone who is holding on to unforgiveness to do yourself a favor and let it go. Hey, V. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great holiday and a great weekend. Thank you for joining. Okay, Blaze. Um, Again, I challenge anyone who is holding on to unforgiveness to do yourself a favor and let it go. Forgive those who have affected your life in a negative way, not for that person or for those people, but be selfish and do it for you. Don't worry about that person's punishment. Trust God at His word. Believe that whatever a man sows, he will also reap. In other words, let go and let God. Holding on to unforgiveness should not be worth your peace of mind, your joy, your happiness, your smile, your laughter, or anything else positive in your life. I refuse to believe that God wants us to live a miserable life. I pray that this message has been a blessing to someone and that you won't enter into another year carrying the burden of unforgiveness. So that is my message on unforgiveness, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and share the link so that if anybody wants to come onto the panel to talk about the subject of forgiveness. Thank you, Joe. You are a blessing as well. When I count my blessings, I definitely have to include you. And that's not just a cliche. That is the honest God truth. So I pinned the link. I didn't bother to pin it in the vertical live because I don't think you can click on that link when you're in the vertical. So if you are in the vertical but you want to join the panel, feel free to come over to the regular live and click on the link. I'll give y'all a few minutes for anybody who wants to um, join. But I'm not going to be on here all day waiting for anybody to join. It's up to you all. If anybody wants to join, feel free to do so. If not, this will be another short live. And if anybody who joined a little later wants to answer the question, are you still struggling with unforgiveness? Feel free to answer the question in the chat, or you can join the panel to answer the question. So Blaze says, nope, one thing I've learned in therapy, prayer, and everyday practice is that some baggage isn't worth carrying. Put that weight down and set yourself free. Amen. It's about your freedom. Don't wait until the 4th of July or Juneteenth to talk about freedom. You can free yourself right now by letting go of that unforgiveness. So, hello, V.
Hey, Miss Alice.
How are
Good
you?
evening. I'm okay. I'm about to fix dinner, but I said, you know what? This is a good topic, and I normally don't even hit any panels like that, but I'm feeling froggy in a good way.
Okay. Hey, Scorp. Welcome. Happy
Yeah.
Monday. So go ahead and say what you
So
want
for
to
me, when it comes to forgiving people, it's really difficult when they don't acknowledge what they did or whatever, or
Mhm,
their part or whatever have you, and then they kind of like try to gaslight you and then
mhm.
maneuver around in their day by day, like nonchalantly as if nothing ever happened,
Uh-huh.
and then turn around and be mad with you if you don't want to be, cool with them anymore after they did whatever they did.
Mhm.
It's so
You
weird.
your sound is like it's going low
Oh, it's
and
messing
then
up.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? It wasn't hooked up to my headphones. That's
Oh,
reason.
okay.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Yeah, so my issue is when the person that did whatever they did or said whatever they said that, we should forgive them for, um,
Mhm.
when they don't fully acknowledge whatever they did and then try to like gaslight you a little bit
Mhm.
and then be shocked and appalled if you don't want to remain cool with them, whether that's a friend or somebody that you was involved with romantically, and then they're surprised you don't want to be friends with them. Like, oh, we could be friends. No, we can't. How about that? So that's where I have a hard time with, because it's
Yeah.
one thing if, you know, even if the outcome is still not going to be what you want it to be, it's one thing
Mhm.
if, what was done or said was acknowledged. And a lot of people's problem is they don't have the ability to, even if they don't feel like what they said or did was an issue, they don't have the ability to acknowledge that it's an issue for somebody else. Even
Right.
if, like I said, they're still going to stand on whatever it is they feel like they need to stand on, but it's the nonchalantness for me. It's weird, and I don't like
Yeah.
it. I can't be
I've
cool
dealt
with
with that in
that.
my family. I've dealt with it, and it took me a while to actually forgive, but I just realized that the more I held on to that unforgiveness, that it wasn't doing me any good, and that person, or actually those people, were going on with their lives while I was still um, harboring on what they did. And like I was saying, I don't know if you heard what I was saying about um, the Bible telling us that we're all going to reap what we sow. So that's why I don't even worry, because I know
Hmm.
that they are going to have to own, they're going to have to pay for whatever they did, you know.
Hmm.
So it's not even about them. It's really about me and my peace of mind, you know, me going on
Yeah.
with my life and living my life to the fullest, and not allowing that person to have too much influence of on how I live my life.
Right.
Hey, SBK, my peer,
So that's all I wanted to get
welcome.
up here to say, and I appreciate you and you saying that because that is something that I have a hard time with, and especially
Hmm.
where when it's a situation to where you may or may not dwell in the same places, so you have to be
Hmm.
cordial, and sometimes I don't feel like being cordial. So I be having to regulate my petty, but sometimes I
Uh-huh.
don't want to regulate my petty, and it's annoying because you're not always in a situation to where blocking somebody is just that. It's annoying.
Uh-huh.
So that was it. I'm out of here.
I
Bye.
appreciate you joining and giving your point of view. I appreciate that.
No problem. Thank
Stay.
you. Bye.
Now we have Fall Bay. Hey, Fall Bay.
Well, hello.
Hey, hey, Nesto. She says she's traveling, but she's listening. Okay, be safe. Happy Monday to you. Go ahead, I'm listening to you, Fall Bay. Wait a minute.
Well,
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me speak
uh-oh.
to Real.
Okay.
Hey, Real. How are you? Happy Monday. Okay, so that's all I see right now, Ron. Go ahead. Ron, you
Okay.
there?
Yeah, okay, I'm back. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what I was going to say is well, first of all, you know, forgiveness is not that hard, okay? All right? If everybody would just do it like I did, they would feel a whole lot better and the world would be a better place. Yeah.
So what did you do?
Forgive. Duh.
How did you forgive?
Um, I
How'd
don't
you go
know, Miss
about it?
Alice. I just woke
You,
up one day and decided, you know, to just forgive. I just felt it was like, you know what? Okay, I'm lying. It didn't happen like that. All right, but I'm gonna say this.
don't Vaughn, don't come on here lying.
I'm not what? I'm telling the
This is
truth.
I'm not gonna lie. So
No, no, no. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Okay. I'm gonna be
this,
serious. So
wait a minute. This is not I said what I said channel, but it's still truth telling, okay?
but no, I think I'm gonna say
Steph
this.
said stop lying. It is hard.
I think we can talk about if I'm being totally transparent, I feel we can talk about forgiveness all day,
Uh,
and we can even say that it's easy to do, because I really don't believe that. I don't feel forgiving people is easy to do, because I'm the kind of person, you know, I can really be mad at you, like to the point where like I hate you, or I'm gonna say despise, because that word is no longer allowed to be used in my house, because little people like to repeat it, right?
okay.
But um I believe that, like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. There was a situation with my father, right?
Hmm.
And I didn't want to talk to him. Like, I really had made up in my mind, it's like I broke up with him, whatever. You're not my dad. And
As if
things happen, huh? Huh?
as if that changed the fact that he's still your father. But go ahead.
Things happen to where, I was like put in positions, and it wasn't that I really needed him. It was like, I feel like there was like near death situations, right?
Hmm.
On both of our end, where we kind of needed to treat each other better. And I feel like I've been forced to do a lot of things by God, and when I say forced, I feel like, and I'm not saying that God is forceful. I don't really believe that. I'm just giving y'all my point of view of how things have happened in my life,
Hmm.
where certain things happen where he kind of made me plushy hearted, where he softened my heart and was like, look, you know what I'm saying? If you keep
Hmm.
on acting up, I can either get you or them. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I don't think it's easy. I think only God can convict us and put it on our hearts to forgive or let things go. I also recently heard this lady say that when you um have any type of ill feelings towards anybody, every day or every time you think of that person, we're supposed to go to God and ask him to take it out of our hearts, like every single day or every single
Hmm.
time. I've had a few moments where I'll be like, Lord, forgive me. You know what I'm saying, for having that thought. Or I might say something like, ooh, Lord, help me not feel that way. But it's not every single day. And half the time, if I'm keeping it all the way real, especially when it comes to like YouTube stuff,
Mhm.
I don't be thinking about nobody until I'm on my live or until like, you know what I'm saying? But in real life, there is a couple people that I don't really, you know, and I don't think about them until somebody brings their name up. And I might not even be thinking about the issues, just be like, oh, yeah, that person I don't talk to. Like, I might say something like that, right?
Mhm.
But
Hey, beautiful sinner.
I agree with the happy birthday. It's her birthday.
I said happy
Oh,
Monday.
oh, okay. Happy Monday. I was gonna say, wait a minute, hold up. Her birthday passed, but okay. Um,
Jesus.
but yeah, like when I think about them, the ill will don't come in. I was gonna agree with the V girl, that it mostly comes in when people try to act like they haven't done anything to you, or
Mhm.
you try to forgive them and they keep redoing the same thing, or you
Mhm.
think all is forgiven and then it's like a sneak attack. So that's kind of where I'm at it with. It's like I'm with. I don't know what I'm trying to say because my words are crossing, but
Take your time.
I don't think it's easy at all. I think it's something that God has to like move you. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
And I've been told that you don't want God to step in and make things happen. But in my case, I feel like he kind of just tapped me on the shoulder. He really didn't like move furniture. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so it's like it's something I know I'm required to do. That's one of the commandments. To love everybody.
Mhm.
And what's funny is me and my mom was talking about that today. Um, I was like, she asked me a question about church, and I was like, well, I be feeling the same way, like that we don't have to go to church, but I only do it because I know it's like one of the commandments, to not to forsake the gathering, and I said it just like that because I can't remember the full verse. But
Mhm.
it's like certain things that I know should like come in like that you have to use your heart for, you know what I'm saying? Like forgiveness. I don't think it's something that can just be done overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
it's like I think we all know we should forgive people, and some people feel like they shouldn't have to forgive others, and I kind of agree with that. But when I read the part where it's like, you know, if you don't forgive other people, God won't forgive you. It gives me a different perspective of like, I'm I may not be in the mood to do it right now, but I hope that one day I really can. Like where I'm not thinking about it. And I've even forgiven, like I said, my father. And I forgot. Well, I'm gonna say I forget about some of the stuff that we've gone through. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it. The only time it kind of comes back up is when maybe like one of my siblings, like when they're mad at them. Oh, remember he did this to you, and it'd be like, oh yeah, he did do that. Like. But other than that, I don't really think about stuff when it comes to my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's really a release. And I can even say the same about people on here on YouTube. I don't I haven't forgotten about it, but it's like there's nothing in my mind or in my heart that feels it'll happen again. You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that
Mhm.
makes me feel like even with my dad, I don't feel that he will do those things again to the point where I don't want to speak to him or have anything to do with him. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying people here on YouTube are perfect, but it's certain things that I've forgiven people for that I really do feel that they won't do again. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make
Uh-huh.
sense?
Yeah. You've given people the benefit of the doubt. I guess you're saying that We all make mistakes, and you're just going to believe that whatever they did, it was just a mistake, and they won't let it happen again. Am
Right.
I? Am
Yeah.
I? Okay. Blaze is right. So forgiveness is for you, not them.
Yeah,
And
it I believe that.
yeah, and Senna was saying, "Do not forsake the gathering of the saints." That's the scripture that you talking about. I
Yeah.
forgot exactly where it is, but yeah.
Yeah, cuz new age, well, that's what we were talking about, like younger people feel like they don't have to go to church, and she
Mhm.
was saying that we do because of what it says in the Bible, and I was like, right, like, I get that part. So it's like, well, I might not feel like it this Sunday, but I'm gonna go so I don't start forsaking, the gathering.
Mhm. Mhm.
But because you don't want to start any bad habits. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to
Yeah.
going to church. But what I will say is, when it comes to forgiveness, though, all jokes aside, I think if you like, Abril, she says she's like struggling. I think that just
Mhm.
anytime she feels, that, because I'm not gonna lie, I've done it like maybe twice. I haven't intentionally tried to do it every single day, because a lot of the times I'm just being impulsive, right?
Mhm.
But the lady said it works. So maybe we should all try it. I don't know.
Okay. I said what I said. So sometimes it takes time to forgive. God has to unharden your heart.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in some cases he moves you a little faster depending on the person, place, and thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And in some cases, I think it's just like, because some things can hurt you so bad, you need to ask God to help you forgive them like every day. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think other things are just like because I'll be honest, it's a lot of stuff that to me that a lot of people consider unforgivable. And okay, I'm gonna give an example. Like here on YouTube, when people say things about your kids or your parenting, right?
Uh
And
huh.
it's like, oh, you talked about, and it's like, but did it do like? It's not like you hit my kid. It's not like, you know, what you're saying about me is true. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Uh huh.
those kinds of things are forgivable, in my opinion.
Mhm. Mhm.
But if you touch my child, I don't know if that's just gonna be like, oh, okay. Like I know back in the day when the kids would fight, I was the same way. We'd be friends and stuff, right?
Uh
Well,
huh.
Miss Alice, I be telling my girls and my boys, like, you them the ops now. But I
Y'all in this
only
ops thing.
I only say that because in my own experience, I don't want my kids to be like looked at as doormat. So a lot of things that I was taught about turning the other cheek, and I really was taught to turn the other cheek by my mother, right?
Mhm.
And my
Mhm.
grandmother. Of course, defend yourself, but if possible, move up out the way. You know what I'm saying? My father was different, you know, and I kind of like his idea, of life better because I
Mhm.
was able to not only defend myself, but I felt like nobody would walk all over me, right? So when it comes to my kids and their experiences at school, I feel conviction at times for telling them like, certain things. And to me it's not anything bad, but it's like I was that kid, that it's like your grandma's telling you to love everybody like Jesus loved everybody, but you really want to swing on everybody. You know what it's like what? So, you know, I will say, these things are easier said than done. I do
Mhm.
believe that it's possible. I'm not saying at all saying it's not possible, but I think only God can, you know, and send people like yourself, to give the message. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that we can really change, and that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, just also keep in mind when Jesus was on the cross, the first thing he said was, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do."
Mm,
And these people were about to stone him and everything. And even he focused on forgiveness from the cross. So, has anybody done anything worse than that to you?
me?
That's just something
Um,
to think about. It's just something to think about. You don't have to.
no, no, I can answer honestly. No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But you. Oh, I'm gonna say this, Miss Alice. You gotta remember, some of us is a little tender. Okay, this is why only Jesus could have been up on that cross
Oh
because,
yeah. Now,
baby.
look, look. I Yeah. It's a reason why Jesus was chosen to do what he did, because I
Right,
don't
right.
think anybody else could have. I know nobody else could have done it. As a matter of fact, I always tell people I have three children, three biological children, and um, I don't love anybody to enough to sacrifice any of my children for. So,
Lord.
thank God for Jesus.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, but you know the point that I'm trying to make.
No, I get it. It, and being transparent, okay. Um, I do strive to have that, you know. Okay, I'm gonna give you this one. When you said, "I love you," even if we don't love the same God, okay.
Mhm.
I'm not there yet, Miss. I kind of be on some what? You don't love my God, I kind of be out here a little extra, okay. But I know that that's what God really wants for us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so the Christmas movie I watched, right?
Mhm.
The lady asked her father, he was a preacher, and he had an issue with the his grandson, being gay or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And he was making a big deal. Oh, you can't come to my church in that outfit. Woo, woo, woo. And so the daughter said to him, she just blurted it out. She said, if it be at all possible, live peaceably amongst all men. She said, Daddy, I know you preach that every Sunday, but do you believe it?
Uh,
And I know it's just a movie, and the movie was supposed to be like a comedy or whatever, but it hit home because it's like I read the scriptures, and there are a lot of things that I do believe. And there are some things that it's, you know, believable because it's like, oh, I know this is possible because I know people, have behaved this way. It's hard to
mhm.
believe that it's possible for myself because of where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's like we have to really believe that these things are possible, forgiveness, living in peace, loving, treating people right. We have to believe that these things are possible in ourselves so that we can, be Christ like, because the
Mhm.
pastor can preach it, we can read it, recite it, you know, talk about it all day, but we have to actually believe that it's possible for ourselves. And that's how I kind of look at it. Like, do I believe this is possible for me? A lot of times I'll be like, no, right? But
Mhm.
I know that that's just where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
Yeah. So that's why I say I feel like it's like a choice that you have to make. And I also believe that God will meet you where you're at. And if he knows you're not ready to forgive, I'm not saying he gonna forgive you because we can all just drop at any time. I'm not saying that. Don't nobody No, what I'm saying is, I feel that, when God knows you're ready and your heart is open to forgive others, He'll put you in the right time and space to do that. That is what I believe.
You said when God knows you're ready.
Yeah. Like, wait, go ahead. Say what you was gonna say.
So when you think, I don't know if I can. I don't know if you can answer when.
Like, so right now, I'm saying I don't feel that I can love someone, that, no, I don't want to say that because that's not necessarily true. I don't feel that I can forgive certain people right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that when I'm ready to let it go, really let it go, okay? And whether or not they apologize, whether like, because my whole thing be, why do I always have to do everything first? Why do I have to be the bigger person? Why do I have to apologize first? Why do I have to admit that I lied first? Like, that's how I view life, period, right? I be wanting people to treat me how I treat them, which is, if you know you've done something wrong to me, apologize. Because if I know I've done something wrong to you, I'll apologize, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, I've been put in a position where I swore up and down on everything I love I wouldn't deal with certain people. But God put it on my heart. Okay. And when I got tired of feeling that conviction and that weight of knowing that I need to do what's right, you know, I was in the right time and place to apologize, to forgive, to let go. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like it just happened overnight. He put it on me for a minute. And I was even kind of like, I'm not going to do that. What is people going to think? I've even felt that way about my own dad. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of coming to him first. Like, it's like, no, he needs to come talk to me. And only because it had happened before, where he realized he was wrong. But this time it was like, he tried to reach out, and I was like, huh, I was acting like I was too good. So it got to the point where he no longer cared. And then I got mad because it's like, oh, now he think he could just be scot free and being happy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I was kind of, like I said, life threatening situations on both of our ends where I was kind of forced to stop being stubborn, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I was also tired of fighting with him in anyway. It's like, Daddy, I love you. But
Yeah, sometimes you get tired of fighting.
yeah, you get tired of acting like you don't care. You get tired of acting
Yeah.
like you don't miss the person.
Uh-huh.
You get tired of, sitting in the car for Christmas waiting to be invited in when you could just walk in the door. That now
Uh-huh.
that really happened. That really happened. But so it's like I get it, Um and like I said, it's not like I've just forgiven everybody all over the world. I just feel that I've experienced, forgiveness. And, a part of me struggles with that, not wanting to be looked at as weak or, oh, she just fall for anything. But, it was some things that, God was like, I need you to let this go, for your good. And
Mm-hmm.
I was obedient and it worked. And when I say it worked, because I really don't care about how people feel. And in this case, I'm talking about YouTube. I don't care that people feel that I'm stupid for being cordial with people, or even friends again with people that done me wrong. Because I look at it as, well, we both did each other wrong, and others, hey, that's just how YouTube go. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
So and I
Yeah, I
I
think
feel.
we
Oh, go
should
ahead.
worry less about what people think about us. If our focus is on God, then we shouldn't be too worried about what other people think, what people think, because our goal is to please him.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna drop down because I saw all the little, comments she was putting on the screen.
Which comments are you
uh,
talking about?
I'm talking about. I said it's Madame. Okay, Bond the Madame. All right. I just want y'all to know that. All right. All right.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be bond. It's gonna be bond for me.
that's fine, Miss Alice. I ain't say you had to call. You ain't got to call me by my full handle.
Uh,
But just know, all right,
or
I'm
Keyvon.
Bond.
It's gonna be Bond or Keyvon.
Look, okay. Well, you like Fall Bay. How you like Fall Bay? You don't like the Madame. Okay. That don't sound
I didn't.
fancy to you.
I didn't say I like Fall Bay. I just said, okay, you Fall Bay now. That's all I said.
I'm ready for them to announce the official first day of winter. I mean not winter. Is it winter? No, I'm not. Never mind. I can change it now to Christmas Day. So.
Okay.
But yeah,
Oh,
you
you
know.
talk about the what is it? 21st? Is it
Is
the
it is
20th
it
or the 21st?
I'm not sure. That's why I was saying
Oh.
never mind because I didn't want it to be like January or something and then everybody be like, "What?" Like
No. It's December. I think it's somewhere around the 20th or the 21st.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hey, Blaze.
Oh, it's the ops.
Hey, see, I was coming up here to play nice. I was coming to play nice, but clearly she wants smoke. So,
Uh, no,
Hey,
no smoke on
Blaze.
this panel. No smoke. No smoke on this panel.
oh,
So,
that's funny.
how are you, Blaze? What you
I
have to
am
add to the
doing
conversation?
good. How are y'all doing?
Good. Scorp says December 21st.
Oh, okay, okay. Then I can change it then. Well, I'm cool,
Okay.
Blaze. I'm just, chilling with the ops.
Oh,
Hey
Lord
man,
have
hey, this is
mercy.
yeah, hey, chilling with the op. Hey, that sounds like a good ring. We can co-host the show.
You crazy. You know that. Denise, help. Where are you?
Um,
She has a little bit of an attitude right now, so she's probably just gonna hang in the chat for a bit.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
I don't need all three of y'all on here. I really don't.
That's a shame. That is a shame. I'm not coming back up here.
You
Uh,
see what y'all done started. Now from now on, it's gonna be one at a time.
Right.
right,
Look,
right.
let me
Hey,
go on mute.
Gertrude. Happy Monday, Gertrude. Hope all is well. Go ahead and add what you have to say, Blaze.
Oh, it's funny that because this past Saturday in Bible study, we did touch
Uh-huh.
upon forgiveness too. And one thing that I said that I was gonna work on
Mm-hmm.
is not necessarily forgiveness because I already forgave them, but more so praying for your enemies, like the
Hmm.
people that might have really done some real foul stuff to you, and you forgave them for that, but
Mm-hmm.
but you're still choosing to not involve yourselves with them. You're keeping your distance, but at the same time, you don't they don't cross your mind. You don't think about them. You don't do anything like that. But we did talk about forgiving them, and then after that, praying for them. Like pray that they come to their senses. Pray that they find God. Pray that they change. And I never do that. Once I'm done, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wish bad on anybody because that can easily come back on me or other people that I care about. And that's just not who I am. But at the same time, I don't pray for them. I just like I'm done. Like I'm to me, they're no longer. They don't exist. Like they're not a part of my life or anything like that. Like they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing. But we did touch upon that, and I did say that for me, if I'm to, if I'm choosing to walk with God and abide by His commandments, then praying for my enemies is something that I need to actually work on. So for myself, that is what I'm practicing like right now. Like those the people that I know for a fact are my enemies, I'm adding to my prayer list going forward. Just to see,
Mm.
and it is gonna be, that's something that is not gonna happen overnight by any means.
Right. Right.
That is for me, I know that would be a gradual process. Um, I don't know if I'm like I said, I'm going to do my best to be consistent with it. I'm gonna pray to God about it and talk to Him about it because I know that's something I'm gonna struggle with. I know that for a fact. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a very hard thing for me to do. So I know it's a task I gotta take to Him. But
Yeah.
but as far as forgiveness though, like I said in the chat, forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. That's for you so you can find inner peace. That's for you to not, whatever it was that was bothering you, that was leaving you, in turmoil, leaving you stressed out. You letting all that go once you say, I forgive you. That
Uh-huh.
burden is lifted. You no longer have to carry that no more. That's so you can live your life freely and happily,
Mhm.
because
Absolutely.
life, despite what folks might think, life is a temporary, limited time only deal. Like it really is. The only thing you know for a fact is that you have today, but who's to say what can happen tomorrow? That's why it's
Right.
important to, to just, to the best of your ability, be as Christ-like as you possibly can. Like that is the goal. The goal is to draw closer to God. That's the primary goal above anything else.
Right.
And try to live, and just try to, be like I said, like be we're not, we're still human, so we know that we're still flawed. So, but you still want to strive to be as Christ-like as possible. And
Absolutely.
one way to do that is that you have to work on forgiving people.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, Blaze. Hold on, Miss Alice. Now, when
What's
I was
up?
up here talking, you was up here, But no, you won't want to see this. Why, Shanice? We need to get rid of him because I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. The whole time I'm up now, Vaughn. I don't. Now, wait a minute. Now, okay, explain that. But everything Blaze saying, that's right. That's right, son-in-law. That's tell him, teach him. What? Huh? Okay. All right.
Lord
Oh
have mercy.
man, it's okay,
No.
Miss Alice. See, you know what? I'm the ops today, but I promise you, I'm gonna be her favorite cousin later on. I promise.
No. Listen, I agree with Blaze because huh, I think if I'm being honest, y'all, I know I have the ability to forgive and let things go. I know
Mm,
that. And Blaze said the right thing, which is that forgiveness is for me. If
absolutely.
y'all heard what I said, I'm more focused on why I got to do it first, or, you know. And I also have that problem. Well, what about them, Lord? Is you going to get them? Is you going to, do stuff to them? Like, I know that's bad. But I really be
Mm-hmm.
thinking like that. Like, so I'm gonna forgive you and you just gonna get you're not gonna apologize, you're not gonna tell the truth, you just get to get away and you get to get away with my forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? So
Be careful, V. Be careful. Tread lightly.
it's it's really hard. Really, 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 really hard. Okay. To forgive certain people, even over things that are really petty. But I feel like with some people, you know, you get a side eye. Like, how can you forgive? You know what I'm saying? You
Uh-huh.
know, like if you be like, oh, I forgave them, you know. And when I say like, because, I'm just gonna say this.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna give the devil a foothold because I could say that and then it could take continue to take root in my heart. So what I'm gonna say is, it's just harder with certain people when you know that they really don't care. I'm gonna say that. It feels like they get away with something, like they rob you of something. I'm not saying that that's true, but that's just how it feels to me. You know what I mean? Like to
Mm-hmm.
me, it's easy to forgive my husband because it's like I'm getting something out of it. Okay, we gonna get along. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? We gonna sleep good. We gonna eat good. House gonna be peaceful. It's easy. It's like what, and he said the same thing to me. Like I be mad at you, but it's like, but some people is just really different. It feels like they get to take everything from you, and you have to give, and that's the only thing that bothers me. And I know that might sound a little crazy, but that's just how it feels sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Alice, I'd just like to say that V is cool. I know her. She's cool. I invited her to the channel. She's cool, so she's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She trying to
Oh
she
yeah.
said you're a
Oh me.
nuisance.
Oh
Child.
yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
Me
so
and
Miss
her,
Al-
She
we
trying
go
to be
back and
in
forth.
what you say?
I said
what?
me and her, we go. I go back and forth with her on her own channel, but me and her, we've been cool for a while. She's cool. She's cool.
Oh, we all know we playing, y'all.
You finna run
She
your
just
new support away, taking up for this son-in-law that need to be
V know
kicked
I'm
off.
playing.
I can't. I can't.
V know I'm
Miss Alice,
playing, but
take
y'all
his
not gonna
wrench.
gang up on him. You hear
Hey,
me?
listen. I offered to give her back the wrench. She she clearly said no. The lady spoke, so
Child.
hey. But I understand exactly where Vaughn is coming from.
Uh-huh.
I I've had that same problem. Like folks, people that really cross the line, and you really want your payback.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I have took revenge before, and that's why I tell folks don't do that
Oh, Blaze, it
because
don't feel it does not
Not
it
worth it.
don't feel good. It
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 don't.
it
It
really does not
don't.
feel good. Like
It
when I
does
tell you
not,
up all
man.
night, can't sleep, okay, not
Hmm.
happy, miserable. You know what they say, you dig a hole for somebody else, you might as well just, dig one for you. I've been
Hmm.
there. I guess you can say I'm kind of just uh, knowing that I know right from wrong. And I'll even go as far to say I don't want to be put in a position you know, where God is like pressing. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel he's pressing me to forgive anybody. I feel like he's letting me deal with like knowing that I should do something and not do it. Does that make sense? I feel like he like, yeah, you just, you keep on, you already, and that I'll say that's the difference in like before. It's more like it's in the back of my mind, like I know I shouldn't do that, or I know I shouldn't, or I know I should just, you know what I mean? Do y'all know what I'm talking about there, or
Hmm.
no?
Oh, I
Uh-huh.
Oh,
do.
okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
think for me it was worse because I, I have a lot of patience. I plotted and planned this out and followed
Uh-uh.
through with it because I
Yeah.
saw I saw red and
Hey.
I said only thing I wanted was payback. That was the only thing on my mind. But it is a temporary high and you will feel like complete
Yes.
crap afterwards. I
It's a
promise.
great idea. I'm gonna say this for me in real life, y'all. It was a great idea and it was a great plan, and it did not go the way that I thought it was gonna go. And it was like, hold up, uh,
Hmm.
how did I do this? You know, and I can honestly say I do not regret that because making certain decisions out of revenge and hatefulness and I'm gonna make you hurt how I'm hurting
Mm-hmm.
truly did backfire. And it took for me to go get baptized and go to church and read my Bible and go to Bible study to not be that way. So I'm not gonna say it was worth it, but I will say that sometimes you gotta do really dumb stuff and think that things are gonna work out for you and that you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get away. And I'm gonna say this: I've learned that I cannot get away with certain things like other people can. And my mother told me that that's a good thing. It's a great thing that when you do evil or bad or whatever and you get caught, or you have a conscience, you can't sleep, whatever. She said that's good. So I'm grateful for that because had I not, went through and made certain decisions in life, I wouldn't have started to have a relationship with God. I wouldn't have, yeah, I wouldn't have started going to church and um found out, I'm gonna say it like that, found out that you can have a relationship with God, because I always knew right from wrong. And I always knew I was a little different, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, man, I can't get away with that, but the other everybody else can. And it's like, okay, cool. All right, it's because, you know, I belong to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know, yeah. But Miss Al, this is a great topic, great topic. And hopefully, the rest of us will you know, stop holding on to stupid stuff, you know.
Uh-huh. But I know, like I said, I know it's easier said than done. Um,
Absolutely.
because I've been there, you know, um,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to family. And sometimes the family can be the worst. Um, and I'm not even talking about family that don't claim to follow Christ. I'm talking about those who do claim to follow Christ and do some messed up stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
you can't worry about anybody else when it comes to certain things. Um, you have to make sure that you're playing your position and that you are. Um, we may not. None of us probably feel like we're ready to meet the Lord. You know, um, I want to live a long time. I don't know when He's coming back, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to be ready when He does call my name, and I don't want to be holding on to things that I should have let go a long time ago.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's hard, especially it's hard. I mean, it's easier. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's easier to let go of little things when you it's and you really look when you really think about it. Some of the stuff that we focus on is they are little things, but when somebody does something that really hurts you in real life, it can be difficult, not impossible, but difficult to let that go. And sometimes you have to um, kind of like practice, you know, like you have to like take baby steps.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm thinking about one of my relatives in particular, this person that I had to gradually um, start back talking to because I had made up in my mind, and this was years ago. Um, but I had made up in my mind that if I never saw or talked to that person again, it would be too soon for me. But
Mhm.
that's not the way that Christ wants us to live. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I think it's important that we see ourselves and work on ourselves and allow God to take on those burdens that we can't bear. He knows how much we can bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
let go
agree.
and let God.
Yep. I agree. That's why for me, I pray every day that that spirit of vengeance never comes
Mhm.
my way again. Cause
Mhm. Oh yeah,
it's
I did get the payback too.
yep. See,
And I
see,
was
I'm
younger, and at the time it did feel good. It felt real
you
good.
see.
look.
I was excited
I
about
don't
it.
Wait
Blaze.
a
Check
minute.
it.
Hold
Look,
on.
y'all. Look. I don't have to pray about no revenge because it's like I know better. No. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's just not. Look, nope. Mm-mm. I ain't got to think about it. I ain't got to pray. It's just like, do what? Nah, I'm good. You got it.
Yeah, but even
Mm.
when even though I know it's wrong, like I know it's wrong, I know this. But like Miss Alice said, sometimes some people can really cross the line and really
Yeah,
like either hurt you or hurt someone that you care about. In that
Mhm.
instance, you really not thinking clearly. You like when you hot like that, when you press like that, you not thinking
yeah,
straight. Only thing you
yeah.
concerned about is getting your lick back
Yeah.
Yep,
and making this
that's
person
true.
feel it in the way that I felt it. And that's another reason why I felt so bad afterwards is because I plot and plan to ensure that no one else got hurt and someone else did get hurt. So I felt like
Oh,
crap
wow. Yeah.
afterwards.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
Blaze, I laughed. Okay. I thought it was so funny. I was happy. I was temporarily happy. And yeah, no. I'm gonna say this. I think a lot of people have had experiences like that. And I feel that if you don't get away with something, I'm gonna say this, when you don't get away with doing malicious things like that, you learn a value. One or two things happen. You learn a valuable lesson,
Mhm.
or you keep trying. Okay. Now, I feel that I've learned a valuable lesson about not trying to take matters into my own hands and do harm to a person as I felt I've been done harm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, it's really not worth it. Like you said, you be excited about it. Okay. You feel great. You think you got everything figured out. And like, I even did research, y'all.
Hmm.
And it's like, nothing, the weight of, the weight did not outweigh it. There we go. The weight of it was not worth it in the end.
Mm-hmm.
The mental and emotional, it just really wasn't worth it. And depending on, whatever it is, it might be different for everybody. But I know for me, it's just like a really bad. It was like, man, I should never did this. Like, what was I thinking? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I can definitely say it's not easy to forgive, but you don't have to go and make things worse by, plotting.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
just no. It's a big no for me. Absolutely not. No, you got it.
Yeah. But let me let me um reiterate that when I did that, it was years ago. It was at least I say it was at least 20, 25, 30 years ago.
Oh man.
What
Yeah.
Miss Alice is saying is she not bad like me and Blaze when it was like, 2, 3 years ago,
Uh-huh.
5 days
Yeah.
ago. That's
Uh-huh.
not what that's what she's saying, y'all. That's what she's
Right. Yeah.
saying.
Okay,
Preferably,
just for the
you
record,
at my
I
age,
did not take
you'll be saying the
revenge
same
5 days ago.
No, Blaze, I was just playing when I threw that in there, but all jokes aside, y'all, this was years ago, okay? It wasn't that many years ago. Keep in mind, I'm only 31, okay? All right. The end of my 20s was fun. But, you know, I've learned some valuable lessons, okay? So don't judge me, all right? Judge your own salvation, okay?
thing. Lord.
Yeah, yeah. She's right though. I mean, because at the end of the day, the biggest, I would just say like the biggest uh, challenge that we have to face is correcting ourselves and
Uh-huh.
correcting ourselves and becoming better versions of ourselves, each and every
Mm-hmm.
day. Because like I said, yeah, you're gonna have, outside forces that's gonna really try to, trip you up. But truth be told, the only person that can really stop you is you.
Mm-hmm.
So so even that, ties into forgiveness. You have to want better for yourself in order to forgive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that I did not want to be that type of person. At the end of the day, I want to be, when I'm no longer here, I want to be remembered as that was a good man who loved God and he did right by people while he was here. And that's my goal. I can't become that if I won't forgive people. If I'm
Right.
choosing to seek vengeance over forgiveness. So that's why I really am trying to do things God way and really get out of my own way because my way don't work. Trust me. I done tried a million times and then
Mm-hmm.
failed a million times.
Hmm.
okay. You better put
Yeah.
Blaze. You better preach, Blaze. Okay, you
Huh.
better preach, man.
He is score.
Lord, what she say? What
She
did
just
she
that
say?
Blaze sound like he might be a cutie. He is.
Lord, I'm finna go.
Oh,
I'm not finna
oh.
be up here complimenting the ops. I'm just finna go. Oh, where is Shanice? Shanice, I need your help. He taking over.
Let me read these
Stop,
few
stop hating.
comments,
Stop hating
y'all.
and congratulate.
Yeah, that part, Blaze. Um, so Janice said um she's struggling with forgiveness and she understand it's for her, but those two individuals need her hands first. She says she's distanced herself from them. And then I said what I said says Sorry you're struggling right now, Janice. Continue to pray and stay away. Out of sight becomes out of mind. And then Shanice says, who preach? That's me right now, and I have actually been working on quick forgiveness and cracking the door open when olive branches are extended. Not easy, but I'm doing it daily. So those are comments that I highlighted. Y'all have anything else?
Yeah, I got one question. So what about the olive branch I extended?
Hmm?
'Cause I've
Well,
been getting cold.
Oh,
Hey man, it's been nothing but coldness in that chat.
I'm screaming. Oh, Miss Alice. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh like that. But that was funny.
And Miss Alice, look, all I'm trying to do is play nice, be sweet.
uh-huh.
Like, hey man, hey, it's sweater weather. It's cuffing season coming up. It ain't hard to get. Okay, all right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, that is so funny. Blaze, I was not expecting you to say that. Hey, you threw a couple of them in the chat, and she was like, skirt, skirt, skirt.
Look, man. Hey, my grandfather told me a long time ago, one of the main
Oh,
rules in life is to have fun. So I'm sorry, but you know what? It ain't all gotta be doom and gloom. We gotta have some fun now. Come on.
that's right. That's right. That's a good man, Shanice.
Oh, now, now he's a good man.
If the
Miss Alice,
ops,
I
if
look,
the ops of
I gotta
all
mess with
people
both
can
of
say
them.
that,
I have to mess with both of them because they are hilarious. But I love you, Miss Alice. Blaze, don't you ever make me laugh like that ever again. Like, please. Because
okay,
that was
okay.
funny. Miss Alice,
Hey,
he said,
Scout's honor, I won't do it again until Thursday.
he said, he said, what about the olive branch? I count too. I matter. Hashtag Blaze matter. Shanice giving you the business. This is so funny. Okay, okay. Miss Alice, I'm gonna go. Great live, great
Okay,
topic.
Mom.
And I hope we all, take this in and think about it. I'm gonna think about it. It's some people in my real life, that and here on the YouTube, I think I can just be like, I forgive you,
Mhm.
you know. Now I'm gonna say this. After I say I forgive them, I can't go look at their channels because I might see something that might make me go live.
Uh-huh.
So out of
Hello,
sight,
Fear
out of
No
mind.
Mortals.
But I'll see y'all later.
All right,
Okay.
thank you for joining. Fear
Okay,
No
Miss
Mortals, how
Alice.
are you today? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to the month of December. You have anything else you want to say, Blaze?
This topic was excellent. It came right on time, and there's no coincidence because, like I said earlier, we addressed forgiveness and Bible study this past Saturday. And I would just say, just like I said earlier, and I'll keep saying it because it's the truth. Do it for you. Do it
Right.
for you so you can course correct and live freely without burden.
Absolutely.
And as always, Miss Alice, I always appreciate you so much. I appreciate the live streams, all of it, everybody that comes on the panel, everybody that come in the chat. I appreciate and love all of y'all. And with that being said, I will be in the chat behaving, being on my best behavior. I promise.
Okay, okay. I believe you. Thank you, Lace. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
No
Love
problem.
you always.
Love you too.
Alrighty. Okay, y'all. So stop it, Shanice. Stop it. Um, we're about to go. Like I said before, I hope somebody was blessed by this live. Forgiveness is not always easy. A lot of times it is difficult, but if you want to be free, free yourself and work on forgiveness, because as the scriptures let us know, if we don't forgive others, then our Father won't forgive us. Amen. Thank you, Fear No Mortals. I appreciate you. So, thanks to everybody who came to the live and who were in the chat, those who were in the bushes listening. Thank you for your support. Um, Thank you all. I truly appreciate your support. Again, it's, this is the month of December. Um, Next thing you know, we're going to be in a new year. I pray that we all do our best to enter into the new year a better version of ourselves, and that we continue to focus on pleasing God and allow Him to take over anything that's bothering you. Let go and let Him handle it. He can handle things much better than we can. So, with that said, I hope to see you all again on Thursday. I'm not sure what the topic will be, but I look forward to sharing with you all again. Thanks again um, to everyone who has supported this channel, no matter what way you support it, whether you stayed in the bushes, if you came in the chat, if you gave a cash app, if you shared out my content. I notice that all sometimes YouTube don't allow me to see who shares my content, but trust me, I really appreciate everyone who shares out my content. I appreciate everyone who even likes something, who leaves a comment. I appreciate you all. I pray that God continues to bless you all. And for those who may be going through something right now, just know that God will not leave you nor forsake you. He has his hands on you, and just keep trusting him that he will come through for you. If he did it before, he can do it again. And let's go into 2026 a better version of ourselves. And what Blaze said was real powerful about praying for your enemies or those who have done things to harm you. Pray for them. A lot of times people don't realize what they're doing, especially when you belong to the Lord. They don't really realize what they're doing. They're really harming themselves. So pray for them. Um, and continue to share your light. Continue to be a light in a dark place. And I pray that I see you all again on Thursday. As I always tell you, God loves you more than I do. And I really do love you all. Continue to be blessed, but more importantly, continue to be a blessing to someone else. I'll talk to you guys soon.